What's up? Dudes. Yeah. Well, what notes are you trying to catch up on, Angel? For what class? Or I mean, probably for all your classes, to be honest. But what specifically has got you worried? History in Spanish. So Gallegos and Cuevas. You want to graduate this year? You can't graduate this year, bro. You're a sophomore. I get you for 2 more years. I get you for 2 more. What up? Yeah. Don't take that away from me, Angel. I'll be very upset with you. You graduate early. Ooh. What up, Araceli? How are you? So I did a thing. I've never done the whole Patreon thing, but I actually subscribed to someone on Patreon. So, bro, you're not going to repeat in your sophomore year. Ain't going to happen. Ain't gonna happen. You've been vibing and eating. So yeah, I became a patron for one of my favorite YouTubers. Never done that before. I feel kind of good about it. One of the cool things is like you get backing tracks. So I'm actually a little bit hyped about that. I haven't played with that yet, so I'm kind of interested. I'm like really focused on this scale that I was working on last week. Who do we have another sophomore in mariachi? Or are you the only sophomore? See, Caleb's a freshman, Ivan's a freshman. Jesus is a junior. Ezra's a sophomore, isn't he? Ezra's a sophomore, yeah. Does he have Gallegos? Ezra would for sure. Let's see. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, there you go. There you go. But like, wouldn't Gallegos have the notes up for you to do them? Wouldn't he, like, isn't that something he would provide? Like, how else are you getting the notes? Right? Am I crazy? Am I wrong? Is that wrong? Clean. What up? That was at 80. So I legit practiced for like 6 hours this weekend. If you're here on Friday, you'll remember that my goal was to get 6 BPM faster every day. I'm gonna tell you right now, didn't happen. Didn't happen. That was an unrealistic goal. And in fact, I think that's really important to point out. That's really important to point out. Like, sometimes you make a goal. Well, first of all, if you're not making goals, start today. If you're not sure what kind of goals to create, talk to me in Discord. Or talk to me in chat, whatever. I just want to get you guys in Discord. So, I got a notepad right here next to me. My goal was 6 BPM faster per day. That was legit impossible. So what I figured out was I got like 15 BPM faster on Friday because like I figured something out, and so I just got faster. So there's like a new level that I have to figure out before I can get faster, and then I'll probably make another big jump. But so Friday was my goal of 120, not gonna happen. So instead, I'm gonna revise that goal and see if I can get to, I don't know, 96. Let's see if I can get to 96 by Friday. So, and I'm just writing this down on my notepad because that's what I want to do. So I'm revising the goal. The reason I'm allowing myself to revise the goal is because it's not because I didn't try. Like, I worked really hard. I practiced really hard this weekend. I practiced a lot. I practiced more this weekend than I've practiced since I was a professional musician. So I knew I wasn't being lazy. I knew that this wasn't an issue of I didn't try hard enough. I literally practiced every second that I had to practice. I was practicing. What up, Omar? I didn't work on my book. I didn't like, obviously I played with my kids, but whenever they were asleep or like I had a spare second to myself, I was practicing. So I'm revising this. I got it up. So Friday I got it to 88. This click right here is 88. I didn't play it very well at 88, but I got it. So this morning, I warmed up a little bit before the stream, and I got to play about 88. I was playing 88 with like 60% accuracy. So that tells me a couple things. There's a couple string skips. Actually, let me bring this down so you can see. I can show you. There's a couple string skips. So the scale starts right here on 7. So that one's really tough for me. Right, like already I can tell that I'm gonna have to re-warm up back into this. So I'm gonna put it back down to 80. All right, dude, you're gonna try and write and finish an essay in 24 hours, bro. Work on it, because in college I used to have to write a 5-page essay. I would write a 5-page essay, like 5-page essay, like the hour before class started. You're writing essays like every day, so get that practice in. Start slamming it out. 5 pages, double spaced, 45 minutes with 15 minutes left to get to class. That's how I used to roll. So that's 80. That's actually, honestly, this is going to sound weird, but 80 feels pretty easy right now. So I'm really hyped about that. That's a huge step towards my goal. Remember my like broad strokes goal, like all the way at the top, is I want to be able to play this at 120. And the tempo is 120. The rhythm is sextuplet. And you'll know sextuplet if you've listened to Metallica, and 1 is a sextuplet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Right? Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see, absolute horror. I cannot live. I cannot die. Of course, this is again. This is more like 120. What up, Gabe? What's up, dude? We're talking about rhythms right now. Rhythms and goal setting. So, so I'm playing at 80 really comfortably. If I can get, if I can play 84 is pretty good. 88, not so much. But I can get it at 88, but it's like maybe 40% of the time I get it at 88. So that's important. I got to work on that. So that means if I can push up into like 92, 96 with like, so yeah, let me refine that goal. So if I can play 96 at like 60% accuracy, it means like 60% of the time I play it right. And I play it cleanly. Then I think that's a good goal. Yeah, goal setting is super important for anything you want to get better at. And if you're not measuring your progress, then you're standing still. This is why like using a metronome is step 1 to measuring your progress in anything. Because if you're not playing with a metronome, you're just not measuring accuracy at all. So yeah, we're at 80. I'm gonna play for a little bit. Gabe, get in Discord, dude. Get in Discord, brother. Let me. Yeet. All right. So I'm gonna put it at 80. I'm gonna play it a little bit. So a couple things that I realized. I don't know what any of that means, Andrew. What was I saying? Let me turn the metronome off so I can think. Goal setting. Gotta set goals. You have to set a macro goal So like your big goal. You got to set your big goal, and then every day, and then you have like a few meta goals. You know, these are like these are my goals that I'm making that are steps along the path to my meta goal. And then every day you have a goal that you work towards. So, you know, for me, this weekend was every day get 6 BPM faster. Didn't happen, so I had to recalibrate. And that's okay. You have to allow yourself to make those kind of recalibrations. They're really, really important. Really, 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 really important. So, let's see. I'm going to start the metronome and play a little bit. So here's 80. Oh, that's what I was going to say, now that I remember. So, the things that I learned this weekend were pick angle. I angled my pick not this angle, but this angle. So I angled my pick down more and felt a lot more comfortable, and actually kept my hand relatively flat. The other thing was the faster I get, the harder I'm pushing down with my fingers, which I know is wrong. Like, I'm a trained guitarist, I know that's wrong. I need to be lighter. So I had to slow it down quite a bit and just allow myself to play lighter in my left hand, and that helped. That just increased my speed. So here we go, back at 80. Yeah, 80 feels easy. So that's good, because what was it? Last week it was 64 was hard. Let's see, where would I play that? So. See, already I'm like, my mind's wandering. I'm not practicing what I'm setting out to practice. So again, why it's really important to have goals, because you'll get lost. Like I could have just been lost in noodling right now, right? So back on task. It feels too easy, so I'm gonna bump it up to 84. Even though 84 feels fast, I gotta bump it up because this is just where I kind of need to practice now. So that part feels clean. Like at 84, that felt clean. The first part of the scale now is what the issue is. By the way, if you're in Discord, you want to follow along, the tab that I'm playing is linked in Guitar Goodies. That's the document. Guitar Goodies is the document. Those are the two scales that I'm playing. So you can check those out in Discord. Let's see. So. I mean, that felt strong. Yikes. So they sent out. Did they send out something about graduation? They did, didn't they? Or like they were planning it. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know that there's things in the works. There's things in the works to get some kind of celebration for graduation. I don't know what's going to happen. I would assume that I will be involved somehow. I would assume that. So, yeah. And I don't understand exactly what it is. I just don't understand exactly what it is. But it'll be something. It'll be something. Yeah. And I know that we'll want to do something bigger when it's appropriate, when we're able to. I'm just a teacher, man. I don't really get to make those decisions. They barely even ask for my input. So we're all kind of. It's funny is all of us right now, we're basically at the whim of the governor's office. So this is some pretty high top-down authority right now. Dr. Miley and I are doing stuff together to try and have fun and do fun stuff with you guys, but like we have to work within the boundaries that Mr. Malara sets, the superintendent, and he's having to work within the boundaries that the county superintendent, the Merced County superintendent, is setting, who is working within the boundaries of the state secretary of education, who is working through the boundaries of the governor's office, who is basically just like, you guys can't do anything, get wrecked. So it's rough right now. I'm just glad that I can do this stuff, at least to see you guys every once in a while. I'll talk to you. If you guys, again, if you jump into Discord, you can come, you guys can come chill and voice chat with me and just actually have a conversation and not just type. Okay, so that was without the metronome. Don't do that, Wellman. Play with the metronome. It really do be like that. What up? That felt good. That felt good. Now, it did strain my left hand a little bit, so that's good to know. My right hand, though, felt like really in sync. Whenever I can feel every note click in my picking hand, I know it feels good. If just like something sinks in, it feels good. I gotta use my other pick. That one just doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel right. That just feels better. Yeah. I mean, that every time I do it, it feels closer. Every time I do it, it feels closer. So this is goal setting. This is goal setting. No matter what your goal is, you have to set it. And you have to be explicit with it. You can't just say, this is something that every artist, every single artist that I know, has struggled with, and it's because they don't understand goal setting. Honestly, it's because we don't really teach people how to make goals. Or when we're teaching people to make goals, it's like goals on an authority figure's, I don't want to say timetable, that's not really what I mean, but like on an authority figure's value system. So like, you've probably been asked since you were a kid, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? What the hell does that mean? I don't know. I'm 36. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Like, like that's just reality, man. You guys, Gabe, you're here. You're getting ready to go to college pretty soon, and you and I have talked a little bit about the goals that you have. But I want you to try and be explicit with those goals. Like, it's so important. And it's really hard to be explicit with your goals and actually make them your own when you don't want to disappoint your parents, you don't want to disappoint your teachers, or you feel like, well, I just gotta get through this thing that my teacher wants me to do, and then finally I'll be able to do whatever I want, right? And it doesn't really work that way. Like, you have to figure out a way to make goals for yourself, even in the midst of things happening, of other people, of you having to be on other people's timetable as well. So like, I have to teach every day. Now it's a lot different right now while we're in lockdown during a pandemic. Like I have some time to do this sort of stuff, but I still have to be, it's almost like if you have more time, you have to be more explicit with your goals, because then what are you being held accountable to? That's the thing you need the most, is some sort of accountability to your goals. Because even if it's the thing you dream about at night, you're like, man, I just want to be a classical musician, or I want to play heavy metal, or I want to write this amazing book. I want to be an author. Or, the loftier the goal, the less explicit the goal, the more you need to think about it and really bring it down to what's the meta, what are some goals that need to be accomplished in order to get there. So, and most of the time you're not going to know what those intermediary goals are. So you have to set a goal to start to figure them out. And then you have to start making those everyday goals, right? And then assessing if those everyday goals are effective. You always are assessing those goals. Always. Because if you're not, then you could, if this is your aim, the tip of the spear, that's where you're aiming for, and you're not assessing your goals every day. I mean, you might be going over here, like you're not even close to where you want to be, or you might just be doing this. You're not moving up at all. You're just kind of doing this. So you gotta do those every day. You have to be accountable to your daily goals. If you're not going to reach your goal. Then your goal has to be something that you have control over, right? If your goal is like, here's a good one. I just want to make music that makes people happy. That's a good one. Bruh. 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 You gotta. I just want to make music that makes people happy. The thing about art is you don't have any control how it makes someone else feel. That is not something that you have control over. The only thing that you have control over is the creation of it and how it makes you feel. So that's something that is really important to think about. You have to think about what you have control over and make goals around the things you have control over, not around the things that you don't. So like my goal is I want to get hit by a meteor. What the hell does that mean? I don't know. You have no control over that, right? The other thing is, you know, you might think that this is the pinnacle of your goal, the tip of the spear. That's the pinnacle of your goal, right? But when you finally achieve that, which you will if you are accountable to your daily goals, then you'll see that there's a new goal higher than that. And then you reassess and you do the whole, it's a process. The deal is it's a process. We talk about goal setting, but we don't talk about the process of goal achieving. And that's really it. Lol. Girl, don't trip about vibe and tell Lucas to come hang too. So yeah, that was let me get off of my high horse here. All right, here we go. 84. Accountable to my daily goals, right? That's what's up. Easy clap. So, all right, I'm going to put it up to 88. I'm feeling caffeinated, a little bit hyped. I just want to see what happens here. So I can tell down at the low side of the neck, I'm having trouble because the reach, I'm still putting way too much pressure on my pinky, and I need to work on that. I'm probably going to have to work on that slower because there's too much happening at this tempo for me to concentrate on not pressing hard enough. I have to, at this speed, this is like I'm trying to max out. I'm just synthesizing everything I know how to do as well as I can. Yeah, so not quite. There's like an in-between spot. And with this particular metronome, 84 and 88 that's just the next step. I can't go in between. So I just got to keep working on that. Goal setting. Drop me some goals in Discord. Some goals. Drop. Tell me some goals. Let's work out your goals. I wanna help you guys. Let's talk them out. All right, hit me, Angel. And no, no yeeting. Don't yeet anybody. I should probably come up with some rules, right? I should probably come up with some rules. Yeah. Some rules and some roles. You guys help me with that? Because actually, I know that you can do that, but I know that you can do that, but I haven't played with it yet. Okay. All right. Here you go. Here you guys go. This is Angel's goal, everyone. Here's Angel's goal. Thanks, Angel. Thanks, bro. Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. Give me some goals. Give me some of them goals. I love that pitch harmonic there. You're bad with rolls. Yeah, I'll have to mess with it. I'll have to mess with it. I'm gonna graduate high school and save some Monday. Yeah, those are, yeah. There was a meme in like 2010 that was like, it was like the most interesting man in the world meme. And it was, I'm not always racist except on Xbox Live. Yeah. Nesquik. Yeet. So, yeah. So, like, Gabe, you're trying to graduate high school. You're going to graduate high school. I'm not worried about that. You want to save some money. Well, that's, like, you've been doing that all year, man. You've been making money and saving money all year. So what's the next step? Like, there's got to be a more meta goal to that, right? Like, you want to be able to, I don't know, you want to be able to build your life somehow. And then you have to describe, like, what does that life look like to you? Does that life look like you work 7 days a week, 8 hours a day, and you never have time to build a family? Or does that look like you build a foundation of skills and you get a good job so that you have more leisure time? Does it mean do you want to work hard in the short term for gains in the long term, or do you want to have kind of a gradual road to wherever you're going? All these are questions that you have to ask yourself. Like, how can you move forward? Because one thing that is a reality is if you're standing still, you might as well be moving backwards, because the rest of the world is moving forward. So what are you doing every day to move you forward? And for you guys, especially you freshmen, sophomores, well, I mean, all of you, frankly, your moving forward is not going to look like my moving forward. I have, like, really defined goals. I'm twice your age, so I've had twice as long to think about what my goals are and work towards some things and let go of other things and know what I want just from life experience. But you guys you got to start somewhere and then work towards that, because you won't narrow down what you want your life to be like until you start doing that. That's just, these are like music life lessons, I guess. Music life lessons. So the reason I don't get faster, I don't want to get faster, even though I feel like I'm playing it well, is because I don't think that I'm playing it well. Like, there's little tiny things I can feel within my playing that I know are keeping me from going to the next level, and I have to just kind of divide them out. And right now, it's this first scale. And some of these like, even though I know what to do, it has to be at such an instinctual level when you're going this fast that you don't think about it at all. So especially as I'm getting up here, that one especially, I find myself playing. So I'm playing like a chromatic instead of. Okay, so again, there's a couple times in there that I felt really, really strong. Felt really, really strong in what I was doing. Then that last one didn't feel strong. I felt like that was probably my weakest attempt. So that consistency is just as big a part of the practice process as just getting it right. So I would say at 84, I'm maybe at 60%. Maybe I'm at 60%. Before I move on, I want to be at like 90%. So 9 out of 10 times I play it right. You know, that's really important to me. 9 out of 10 times I want to play it right. Okay, so that was the slop chop. Bruh. Okay, so with a hoodie, so are you trying to push water? Like, are you trying to like cut weight? Oh my god. So let me give you something clue into this. I know you're trying to cut weight, but make sure you're trying to cut fat and not water weight. If you're doing stuff with a hoodie, you're going to be more dehydrated. But the more hydrated you are, and the more consistently hydrated you are, you can get into a state of thermogenesis, where essentially like you're hydrated, you're working hard, and your body starts it burns fat faster. So in the short term, you'll lose more weight by cutting water weight, which is why you would do HIIT with a hoodie on. But you're not trying to like hit weight so that you can fight right now. So it's actually very, very, it's kind of scary and unhealthy to be cutting weight like that. What you want to be doing, make sure you're cut back on your calories. That's what you want to cut back on. So then again, like that's you've got your goal, right? Your goal is I want to cut my weight. I want to have those abs, right? I want those abs, bro. I know I want those abs too. I'm 36. I still want those abs. So, and I got to do that handstand, right? If I'm not gonna be doing handstands, if you can't see my abs, right? That's just what's up. So, abs are made in the kitchen. Abs are made in the kitchen, 100%. So the two things you can do, because I know you work out hard, like you're running every day or almost every day. You're doing HIIT. I don't know what your diet looks like. Look at your diet. So right now I'm week 3 of starting. I'm down 13 pounds. I'm down 13 pounds, which is pretty significant. So last year in November, I was 211. I was pretty fit. I want to get down to 180, but I was what did I say? 211. Where your fat burning stops is if you're not taking care of your diet. If you're not taking care of your diet, it doesn't matter how hard you hit the gym. It doesn't matter. Also, something that I've noticed, just to be aware of, make sure you're weighing yourself every day so that you can map your progress. Bro, chicken quesadillas, like, nah, man. Nah, man. Just eat that chicken. Eat that chicken. Get rid of the cheese. Eat that chicken. Chicken, put some pico de gallo on it, and then like eat it with your tortilla. Get rid of the cheese. Bruh. That's how you're gonna do it. And then I'm telling you, man. It's like small changes. You might cut out like 200 calories of your day, and you'll start losing weight, like really seriously. Sometimes it's all it takes. For me, it's a lot different. I've had to cut like 1,500 calories because I wasn't really aware of all the garbage I was eating, and that's really important. You know, I'm middle aged. Well, I don't know. I guess I can't say that I'm middle aged anymore, but I'm an adult. Let's say that. So you can okay. This is a fact of fitness. You cannot outrun your fork. You cannot outrun your fork. If you're putting garbage on your fork, you can't outrun it, man. All right, let's try it. Yeah, that's a reality I've had to learn over a lifetime of trying to lose weight. You know, that's just that's just what's up. So, all right, so goal check-in. Here's my goal check-in. I can tell that my left hand is getting lighter. I am pressing less hard in my left hand, but what that's doing is it's changing the pressure I'm using in my right hand too. So that is something that I have to be aware of. Whenever you change something in one hand, it has an equal effect in the opposite hand, and you have to train that out, especially as a guitar player, as a piano player, anything that requires two hands. So if I add pressure in my left hand, I'm going to add pressure in my right hand. If I take away pressure in my left hand, I'm also going to naturally take away pressure in my right hand. So I have to work through, and I'm already pretty light in my right hand. And in fact, I'm kind of changing what I'm doing in this hand. But I have to be aware. I just have to be aware that that's happening. It's a natural occurrence. Hmm. 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 Whew. Okay, I gotta take a break from that. Gotta take a break from that. So, what do you think? What do you think, Angel? Have you looked at this yet? Have you played around with this? Seriously? No. Araceli keeps looking at it. I don't know. I don't know if she even has a guitar. What is this? What do I keep getting blown up about? Yeah. Yeah. It's supposed to be like 98 degrees on Friday and Saturday. Okay, Omar. Standpoint in your book. I want to make it more sad, but I need to want a villain in the story. But I don't want a villain. I want it to be that the characters fight themselves. Okay, so this is, I mean, that's standard romance, right? The conflict, so think about this. There's different kinds of content of conflict motivation in stories. There's let me see. There's characters versus characters. So that would be like protagonist, antagonist. There's character versus environment. Okay, so like character versus nature, or like character versus the city, or there's like character versus concept, really, which is you don't see that a lot in American literature. You see that more in you see it a lot in Russian literature, like Dostoevsky and Tolstoy. But so in romance, like let's just take romance for an example. Like usually there's not an antagonist in romance. It's the characters don't like each other at first. It's almost like character. It's like character versus character, but each character is struggling with concepts, really. So, and usually that concept is like communication, frankly, or like the idealized version of themselves, or the idealized version of the other, right? Because a lot of times in romantic relationships, we're not judging a person based on the idealized version of themselves. of their idealistic self-actualization. What we're doing most of the time, unless we're very, very, very mature, is judging them on an idealistic characteristic that we have created of them. So like my ideal of Omar, like the image in my head that is like Omar perfected is going to be a totally different image than your ideal of yourself perfected. Does that make sense? So, because we have a friendship, we have a student-teacher relationship. I know you pretty well, but I don't know your inner self, right? I only know what you tell me. So, I'm basing my judgment of you, my idolization of you, which we do with everyone. It's how we judge potential. So we're always judging potential, and we're doing that based on the kind of relationship we develop with one another. So if character versus concept, that's kind of what I mean. So like in Dostoevsky's gosh, what is the name of that book? I'm blanking. Let me look it up. Let's see. What did he write? Crime and Punishment. Oh, the brothers Karamazov is okay. So it's basically a book about two brothers. One brother is kind of he's seen as kind of dull. He's rather religious, so he follows a religious dogma. It kind of guides his life. But the brother that you actually follow throughout the book is the brother who is an atheist and who essentially is like a moral relativist and decides that, like, if you can justify something, then it's ethical. So spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I'll just say that. He decides throughout the book that he's going to murder somebody. And not only is he going to murder somebody, but that it's justified. It's justified. So he believes that he is doing the moral thing in murdering this person. And he talks to his brother about it, and his brother's like, oh, that's a sin. You shouldn't be doing that. It doesn't matter that your views are this and that way. But he can't really articulate it very well because his guiding force in his life is this kind of religious motivation. And so the brother goes through with it. He murders this man, and basically realizes that he did the wrong thing, because his life falls apart. His life completely falls apart. And so he has to kind of, that's the point of the book is, and this is what real classic authors do, is they have a problem. This is my moral problem. Should I have a strict moral framework, or can I make up my moral framework? And this is, so he took two brothers and just did the opposite thing with them, and like creatively wrote it out to see what happened. So you can think of that, in a lot of senses. It would turn out like in modern genre fiction, we would call that like he's almost like an anti-hero, because he's our viewpoint character. So he's not necessarily the villain, but he's not a hero. We're kind of rooting for him, but we also know he's doing the wrong thing. So things get muddy. You don't need a villain necessarily. You need a problem. That's all you need. And then your villain is just the problem. So if you're having a romance, what is the problem? The problem is your villain. That problem can be the environment, in that, like, they live far apart. That could be environment, right? It could be that, it could be like Romeo and Juliet, and culturally, their romance is unacceptable, right? It could be like early 1940s, 1950s, where like interracial coupling was unacceptable. That is, those are environmental factors. Like cultural things can be environmental factors. Conceptual problems are, like I just said, can you justify murder? They're much deeper and they're much harder to explore, but they're very powerful. The issue is, if you write something like that, you can't go into it knowing the answer, because then you're not allowing yourself to fully explore it. The point of writing something where the problem is conceptual is you are learning alongside the characters. You're essentially writing yourself as the characters, or you're writing people that you can empathize with enough to understand the outcome for yourself. You're trying to work it out for yourself. Another example could be like 1984 by George Orwell. That's another good example. There is a villain. It's into something more psychological. Well, it's what I would say, Omar, is, what are you reading? Whatever you're reading or consuming the most is going to guide you a little bit. Because whenever you're writing, it's really important to recognize genre tropes. So a trope is, I think I mentioned this on Thursday or Friday, is something that you always see in that genre. So like in urban fantasy, there's always some kind of mythological element. So Greek mythology, Norse mythology, Egyptian mythology, Native American mythology. There's always something like that. There's also always some kind of magic. And most of the time, the main character is magical. So, like, then you can get into like the meta levels, and I'm really trying to talk about genres that I'm familiar with, because I read them and I write them. Like right now in urban fantasy, I write with a male protagonist, but the hottest selling books are female protagonists. So I just kind of have to deal with that. That's just what readers want. They want female protagonists. In something like military science fiction, it's very hard to sell a female captain. That's not like a dig at a woman's ability to be a captain or something like that. It's just you have to acknowledge reader expectations. So if you wanted to get into something more like psychological thriller-y, there's a lot of great stuff you could write, like spy type novel type stuff. Is that what you mean, psychological? Do you want like man versus the government, or like yeah. Those are all questions I would ask. And if you can start to answer those questions, then we can ask deeper questions. And remember that real questions don't lead to answers. They just lead to better questions. You will never, if you ever find yourself at an answer, you're probably at the wrong place. Real talk. So, where's my metronome? is crying outside. She is mad. She is mad. So I was talking for so long that I've like lost progress. I need to probably slow it down a little bit and get my bearings. Get my bearings. Back up to 84. Let's see how we do. Yeah, I can't concentrate. Week 4 quarantine. I gave up on school and I prefer to play multiplayer Minecraft with the boys. Well, obviously. Obviously. Yikes. Yikes. Are you serious? This didn't post? Oh, bruh. You felt that low. Felt that low key. Same. Same. Whew. This is taxing, you guys. Like, practicing like this is hard. It can definitely get boring too. Like, again, that's why having goals are so important. You need to feel like you're moving towards something. Because if you don't feel like you're moving towards something, you're just gonna quit. I know that I can't do it yet, but I'm going to put it back to 88 and just see what happens. He said as he played it flawlessly. What up? Okay, so just because I can play it once doesn't mean I can actually do it multiple times. So chill, Wellman. Bruh. Okay, so who's just TJ? I forgot, brother. Also, didn't you see the weekly shred, man? The secret to my amazing hair growth is that I shave every day. That's how I get my hair to grow so well. You know what I'm saying? Bro. $88. Here we go again. Nice. Edgar, what's up, my dude? Have you done any more with Soundtrap? Or did you check out this new site that we started using for fun? You got to check this one out. I think you'll really like this one. Check this one out. It's rad. I was playing with it last week. It's a little bit harder to deal with, but there's a lot of different possibilities. What's up, Hawkers? What up, Miley? What's up, brother? Ow! Did you hear that? That was clean. Oh, that was clean. That was some clean 88 BPM. Whew. Twice in a row. Okay, now we're see. This is progress. This is what I'm talking about. We're about to. I'm gonna go up to 92 here in just a minute. That was clean. What's up? That was clean. Oh my gosh. Bruh. Okay, we're doing it. We're going to 92. Bruh. Live recorded from Delhi. It's the weekly shred. All right, this is 92. This is 92. What's up? Let's try this. Not quite. Not quite. Not quite. Okay, I'm like, all right, I was too excited. I was too excited. Now I'm all tense. I can feel it. I gotta take a deep breath, slow it down a little bit. That was hype. Like, I nailed 88. I feel really confident that I could do 88 again. That was can we get some hype in the chat? Hyper in the chat. Yeah, we're gonna get it. Hype. Thanks, Angel. Angel's giving me that hype. '88 again. Here we go. Felt like I was actually going too fast. So I'm going to try 92 again. Here's 92 again. Let's do this. Let's do this. 92. Okay, I felt like that last scale, that last part, I had it. That last scale, that E minor, that was 92 for sure. Yeah. So the first scale is not ready. It's not ready. The second one, I got it a couple times. So that's good. That's progress, for sure. So if that puts me at 92 at, what, 5%? Let's say we're at 92 at 5%. We want to get Friday 96 at 60%. That's reasonable. Totally reasonable. Yes, dude! Yes! Isn't it cool? It's so cool! It's so cool, brother! I hope you like it, because like we messed around with it on stream last week, and it was cool. I like it. It's a little bit frustrating, but that made me like it even more. In a lot of ways, I think you're right. In a lot of ways, I think you're right, Edgar. I think there's a lot that's better about it. Yeah, I think there's a lot that's better. I think that for the average noob, Soundtrap is easier to understand. But for someone like you you'd been playing around with GarageBand already, so this is a little bit more like GarageBand, but it has like cool stuff that you can play with. So I really liked it. And yeah. So if we do ever get like a digital music class, I would love to have both. But honestly, at this point, I'm leaning more towards Soundation. And you can thank Omar, because Omar Chico is actually who found it and showed it to me. So he found it because he was actually using stuff in Soundation and then importing it into Soundtrap for his assignments. So like, there was some cool stuff. Definitely. I get lost watching my hands. At this point, if I'm not doing it by muscle memory, I'm just lost. I'm losing where my hand should be because it's faster than I can think about it. And that's where I am. That's where I am as a guitar player. So slop chop. Slop chop. So. Whew. How are we doing, guys? We setting goals? Have we set any goals? I'm still waiting on some goals, y'all. Is there a way to delete a Discord? I'm not gonna delete. Oh, this one. Oh, here, yeah. Nice. Nice. So yeah. Yeah, I figured it out. Omar, you got a goal for me? Let me hear your goal. Give me some goals, brother. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Was I doing this at 88? Holy crap. I'm so great. I forgot how great I was. Honestly, this exercise that I've been doing right here, Angel, has been savage for my alternate picking. Like legit, I actually feel confident in my alternate picking. Adam, brother, what's up, dude? What's up? We miss you. I hadn't seen you all day today. It made me sad. And now you're here, and I'm not sad anymore. In fact, you can ask everybody. I was legit like, I think I'm going to end stream because Adam isn't here. So that sloppiness would be approximately 120, but not even close, baby. So like, Angel, if you look at this, if you're looking at this, every six notes is your tempo marking. So that's your hit, 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 that's your hit. So do that. Do that. Alternate picking. Alternate picking. Yeah, I'm losing it, which means that I'm basically like at my ending point as far as practice goes. So yeah. I felt so good about that. I want to try 92 again. I want to try 92 again. Here we go. close. It's close. Okay. So, 92. 92. I would say we went from like 5% accuracy up to like 10% at least. So, I almost want to get like graph paper and just graph this. Like, here's this day, here's this day, here's this day. And just see how I do. Like, how would I do that? I wonder. I'm a very visual person, even though I'm musical, you know. So when I think about things like, could he slap? Well, you have to, bro. You have to submit your questions to Discord. Submit your questions in the Discord. I'll give you a sec. Do your thing. Do your thing. Okay, I'm gonna put it back at 88. Try it a couple times. So it's going one to the other there. Actually, I felt like the second half was good because I had broken it down and practiced it a little bit, but that first part now is where the weakness is. So. Yeah, well, okay. So it's weird where you find little inconsistencies in your playing. Just, you know, things speed up slightly and something that wasn't an issue suddenly is like the thing that's breaking everything apart. So as you get faster, you start to notice these problems in your playing, and it's up to you to really to just make them better, to fix that kind of stuff. And try not to be frustrated and just notice that it's almost like, I don't know, you could make a couple different analogies. You could, like a bread baking analogy. When you start with your dough, when you're making bread, it's really lumpy. But the more you knead it, the smoother it gets. And so that's kind of what playing is. It might look smooth, but the more that you're kneading it, you're going to find you're gonna find these little balls of raw flour or something like that. And so you have to really knead it a lot to find those inconsistencies and really pull it through. I can feel it. It's over here. I'm playing 1 2 4 1 2 4, and here I'm playing 1 2 3 1 2 4, and that's what's feeling weird. That's what's fouling me up right now. Even though, like, honestly, I've addressed this issue every time I speed up, but it just keeps happening. So I think just the more I do it, the better it's going to be. I have a feeling that I'm going to hit another like big spike in my speed probably tomorrow. Yeah, probably tomorrow. I think I'll play with this a little bit more tonight. I've got a bunch of other stuff to do. So I don't know how much playing I'll do, but tomorrow I just have that feeling. You know, the more I play, it's not a linear progression. That's another good thing to think about as far as goal setting. You're gonna go up. Oops, let's see. You're gonna go up, and you're gonna go down a little bit, and then you might go down a lot, but then you're gonna catch back up, and then go up higher, and then you go down. So it's not linear. It's important to remember that. Definitely seeing that progress. That progress is continuing right now. I think I am running up against fatigue. Because 2 hours is a long time to practice, even with getting to stop and talk to you guys. So, that felt good. That felt really good. good. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna see if we can do it. Okay. Yeah. I gotta cut the beginning here, but let's see. That's it. It's not as clean as it could be, for sure. But it's faster. And that's what we wanted. We wanted to get faster. That was the goal. Remember, goals are important. If you don't set them, you're not going anywhere. We got to figure out those goals. I know you guys are hesitant. I haven't got a lot of jokes as goals. That's cool. That was funny. That was funny, Edgar. But that was funny, but inappropriate. So I for sure laughed. No lie. All right. So, guys, I'm gonna end stream here. Throw me some goals. Throw me some goals in general. Let's get talking. Let's figure out how to reach your goals. You're not gonna like it because it's gonna mean work. But guess what? It's gonna be work that you are choosing to do, and that's the most important thing. It doesn't matter what I want you to do. Honestly, it really doesn't. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter what I want you to do. It doesn't matter what your other teachers want you to do. Recognize that our best interest is to help you to figure out what you want to do and guide you down that path. So drop me some goals in Discord. Let's talk about them. I've been pretty active in Discord along with Odyssey and Stephanie and Angel. So it's been a pretty cool place. The more we hang, the better it gets. Anyway, dudes, I'm going to check you later. Happy Monday. Stay safe. It's supposed to be super hot this week. It's going to be like 98 on Friday. So let's hang again tomorrow. We'll do more stuff. I'm going to play my music again on the way out. So I'll check you guys later. Peace.